Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're reviewing the Cold Steel TrailHawk Tomahawk. I absolutely love this Tomahawk. It is lightweight, it is reasonably sharp, and for $30 you can't really go wrong. I've done a couple things to improve this. I've refinished the handle, I have stripped off the black paint and sharpened this. I also added a couple 9mm rounds to the end of the handle to secure it better, and I shortened up this handle to make it easier to pack and put on a belt. But I like this thing, it throws well. I've chopped down several trees, de-limbed fallen logs. One of the things I really like about this Tomahawk is the hickory handle. It's very, very strong. I haven't had any issues with it. The black on the handle is actually pine sap from all the fork logs back from when I stripped all the bark off them. You can watch that video at the link here. One of the cool things about Tomahawks is that you can remove the head, put a sheath on it and keep it in your pocket or a backpack, and it serves as a scraper or a knife. You just have this little edge, and there's also a hammer on the other side. So this is really a multi-purpose tool. Nowadays, everybody has a hammer or a specialty tool for a different task, but in the old days, you could carry something like this and use it for whatever you might need to accomplish. So for me, I really like this tool. There are other people who don't necessarily like this tool.
So I do not love this Tomahawk. I mean, we bought these at the same time. We both have one. When I buy things, I want it to fulfill a purpose and also be ready to use. And to me, if you buy a product knowing that you're gonna have to modify it and make improvements to it, then it's not a good product. Jacob mentioned he uses his to chop down trees and such. I don't use my Tomahawk for that. For me, that's why you have an axe or a hatchet, okay? So a Tomahawk, the head is just too small. There's not enough mass to help you do the cutting. So if I'm cutting down a tree and I'm using a tool that is shaped like this, then I'm using a hatchet. I have a Tomahawk because I want to throw it. So what I found with this one is the head just continuously comes off whenever I'm throwing it. So they have this little screw here with the intention of better fixing the head to the handle, and it just doesn't do the job. As you're throwing it, you can see my Tomahawk has developed this groove from the screw digging through the wood as it's traveling up the head. Jacob was saying off camera, that's probably more of an issue with the handle. The handle's just not fat enough at the top to keep the head in place. When I first bought this Tomahawk, there was way more wood at the top of the head than what you see here. It was probably about that much. You can see the groove where originally the head rested. But after a couple of throws, that comes loose and it's just wiggling around like that, and then I gotta, pull it back on, give it a little smack, get it back in place, and it's good for another 3 or 4 throws. Jacob showed he put a couple 9mm shells in the top to try to expand it, but to me, I'd rather buy something that's just good as it comes.
So one of the things that I did was I took this hex screw out, and that does allow the head to be removed, but for Tomahawk you want to be able to do that to replace the handle easily if you're out in the woods without tools. Isaac's left his in because he doesn't want it coming off. I think if they were going to do this, they should have done it on both sides. The purpose of a Tomahawk is to be multi-purpose. So if, let's say you're going on a week-long kayaking trip and you wanted to lighten your load and bring one very good tool to bring with you that could do all things, honestly, this might not be that tool. I think this is a good backyard, around the property kind of thing. Yeah. But if I was going on a long trip, honestly, I would want, if it was going to be a Tomahawk, I would want one with a slightly bigger blade, probably a better attachment system, and maybe a slightly shorter hammer.
So to me, you're describing a hatchet.
Yeah.
Is my point. So if you're going on a kayaking trip and you have to pick one tool, it's like you're not going to be throwing your one tool.
No.
So if I use a Tomahawk for throwing, and I want something to cut trees and something to be able to hammer, that's a hatchet.
Yeah, I think there's just different opinions on what people are trying to look. It depends what you're doing, who you are, where you're at.
I do like the handle though.
Yeah,
I do like the handle. The handle's fine, the metal's fine. It's just when it works, it's nice for throwing. It's nice and light, but I don't like that it comes apart so.
Despite our differences in opinion on whether this is a good tool or not, Isaac has challenged me to decide who is better at actually using a Tomahawk. First to 5 wins, and the loser gets dunked with a water balloon.
Oh boy. Is it 5 in the circle or just 5 sticks at all?
5 in the target.
It's got to be in the circle.
And you're on the wrong one. You get
Why?
this one because I don't want a handicap. I've done this. You're handicapped.
Well, no, I don't want that, because if I win, then you're gonna be like, well, it's because you had a bigger target.
Okay, here. How about
all right, ready, set, go. Yeah, you need the handicap, I think.
No, I thought I had thrown tomahawks more than you.
Take the handicap. You need the bigger time. Hits the ground, dirt
Right
sprays
by it.
up. It's got to get warmed up because the camera's going now.
That doesn't count, didn't stick.
Clearly.
That did stick. This is why you don't talk trash.
This is so embarrassing for you on so many levels.
Thank you.
I don't want to smack Colin. And the head came off. That's perfect. I love this. Great idea, guys. This is a great idea
Oh,
for
no.
video. I love this. Oh man. All right, at least you hit it that time. Ooh. Oh, that should have stuck. It went right through that rock. All right, maybe you need to watch our video on how to throw a tomahawk. Just enough first. See, that should have been a stick as well, but it just ripped right through it. For how to change the rotation with your wrist. Colin, be on your toes. That's 4. One more.
Need to get to.
Oh, so close. Oh, a little low. Oh my gosh. I changed my mind though. I love this tomahawk. Go ahead.
I'm changing my mind.
Okay. Finally, this is over for you. There you go.
This does not go.
Here, hang on.
Can I just want one. I'd like to get one. How long is it going to take me to get one?
Where'd
It's in
that
the
go?
fire. It's actually in the fire pit.
Oh, maybe that's where you should leave it.
Maybe.
Just because it's so light. There we go. Yay. Three, two, one.